Aloha, and what a beautiful, beautiful sunshiny Sunday morning in Waikiki on the island of Oahu. Welcome, 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 wherever you may be watching from around the world. Boy, I looked at our analytics, and they're called Insights on Facebook, and man, we have a wide variety of destinations. I just wish the European people were on at a time when they could comment live, because they're doing a lot of it after hours. But we get people from Australia and New Zealand and Spain and France and Italy, North America, Canada, Mexico is surprisingly popular. Puerto Rico. What was the one that I was oh man, I can't think of where it was. It stood out as being quite interesting. Anyway, aloha everyone. Godmother, good to see you. And Dana, Aussie Nightmare, Marie, Cat Roy. That was one of the people who commented that it seems like this is a private club because there's so many inside jokes or inside lines or things like that. I try not to do that. I don't want to exclude anybody. They're talking about the nicknames that I have for people and how they hope that the people I'm talking to take it the right way, because some people could be offended by, and I think it was yours. I think it was yours, Leanne, when I said, called you an Aussie Nightmare yesterday. I think somebody took offense to that. But I do it just for entertainment value, just to keep a storyline going. That's all it is. And they were primarily, I think, concerned about Wendy, because I was talking about an apology tour and all that stuff. That's for entertainment purposes, guys. You know, I wouldn't say I really like her, but I guess I kind of like Wendy. She's okay. She's tolerable. But it's all for just to create a storyline for you guys to become engaged with and follow from stream to stream, and it's all in fun. And without an E. I think they were thinking you didn't know how to spell your name, or maybe it was me saying you should put an E on your name or something crazy like that. I guess Terry has highlighted a bunch of these comments that come in after, and she sent me a screenshot of some of them. Yeah, Mr. In Between, you're right. I like those terms of endearment. I mean, anybody could call you Lance. I mean, gosh almighty, Lance. Who cares about that? I want there to be something special. And thank you guys for the concerns about me feeling well today. Yesterday, man, right as we got to the end of actually started coming back from Magic Island, man, I hit a wall, and it was because I hadn't eaten. I hadn't eaten in 3 days, and I was just powering down the medicine. And if you guys have ever taken vitamins or any kind of, I didn't take antibiotics, but that type of medicine on, having eaten very little, or in this case, nothing for several days, it just hit me, man. I just got so bent, but I'm good. I just have a little cough. Just got to get rid of it. We're here on the Alawai. There's Diamond Head in the background right there. Oh, I did that just the other day, Lancelot, rewatch of Mr. In Between. I love that dude. I watched the original one, The Magician, in that series. That's great. Yeah, this is the Alawai. It's looking beautiful today. I mean, as beautiful as it can look. It just doesn't have the circulation. We've talked about that a lot. They wanted to bring in a bunch of sponge and coral along through here to clean it up a little bit, but I just don't know if they can do that, if they ever will. There's the Wayfinder. We've talked to... We've gone in there and actually did a little bit of a live stream, if you remember. This is a pretty nice little hotel. It's off the beaten path, obviously. It's off of Kalakaua. There's one more street. So there's the Alawai, there's Kahio, and then Kalakaua. So it's 2 blocks off the beach. But this has like a 70-foot saltwater pool in it. It has a really nice restaurant called Redfish. There's a coffee bar in there, which I wish I would go into. The rooms are pretty sizable, if I recall right. Wendy is the best one to ask about that, Wendy Silva, because she she knows this property really well. They actually either renovated or added a penthouse recently. And as I understand, the rates are, they're favorable. But I mean, you're looking at, like right there, for example, this will give you a really good example. You see that? That's the Hyatt. I just looked at rates for May, the last week or last 10 days in May, so I can tell you about what those rates are. That was $395. I didn't look at anything over here because I don't want them staying at this area, but that's the Hyatt. Right next to the Hyatt is the Princess Kaiulani hotel. That was like $410. This is the Aqua. This is one of the Aqua properties. As you guys, some of you know, they have nice balconies, but it's a dated property, but it's also an economy class property. So it's a lot less. I didn't check this. And then that just kind of gives you an idea. Yeah, the Coconut is down there about 6 blocks. It's on the left-hand side of the road. Yeah, I saw that as well with the whale and the AI. There's a bunch of ding dong. You know, actually, that brings up a couple of good points. There are some newer type Hawaii Facebook groups and pages, and man, they instantly have, 50,000, 60,000 viewers, and a lot of them are bot farms. And I don't know why they have them, because they don't have advertising on their groups. So I don't know why they have it, but they allow everything. That's part of what prompted Terry to do the post that she did today about the group. Because we've had and I was going to bring that up, but I'll bring that up next. But for right now, there's a lot of those groups that are showing AI photos. And there's people that aren't really familiar with Hawaii. I know we kind of take it for granted that everybody should know. And they're showing things like kangaroos and whales and things of that nature, and it's ridiculous. They're like, are there whales? There's elephants? I mean, there's whales, but there's not whales in like the Alawai. And it's just ridiculous. They have a lot of leeway on the posts that they allow, which is what I want to talk about next in just a minute. So there's Diamond Head. This is the Alawai. Manoa Falls is right straight through there. So if we did a hike to Manoa Falls, we'd walk straight down here, go to Kalakaua, go up to, man, the name just as Macaulay, and take Macaulay, and there's a road that'll go right up into Manoa Falls. From about right in here all the way around to there, it's about, I think it's 5.5 miles, 5.25. I think it's 5.25 miles. If you don't meander and you just go straight through. There's Kaimuki or Kaimuke, whichever Dale would like to call it today, right straight through there. That's a Wahila Ridge up there at the very top. That's the place that I really think people, if you have a interest in hiking rural hikes or urban hikes, I should say, to go up those streets to the very top up there, or take the bus or take an Uber or a rental car, go up to the very top. It's called Ruth's Place, is the street you're looking for. Ruth's Place goes all the way to the left. So if you see right there, that's right where that ridge line is. So the pine trees are. It is just otherworldly up there. You're driving along, you're on the street, you're in Hawaii, you're thinking beaches and palm trees, what have you. You just hit around the corner and it's just beautiful pine trees, tall pine trees. It's very, very thick. You can hike up and down throughout there. That's very, very popular with bikers, mountain bikers. So they bike all through there. You can hike through there. It's quite beautiful. And then straight over this way, if we were to walk straight there, right straight through there, or actually through there, that's Kahala Resort. Straight over that way, about 4.5, 5 miles. And then Diamond Head Lookout is right over here where that road goes up. Right straight through here is Hawaii Kai, and in that direction is Hanauma Bay, Cocoa Head Trail, Holana Beach, Blowhole rather. And that's downtown. And Kapiolani, Ala Moana Boulevard, Chinatown, Palace, Bishop's Museum, all that is down that direction. All right. I'm sorry, Dale, is that to me? You'll address that next month with me, or what? Oh, the the pronunciation. Yeah, guys, like and share. You did a great job on that first video yesterday. You guys did a fantastic job on the likes and shares. I appreciate it. We had 30-some thousand views. 30-some thousand views. Stoker Suzanne, there's Lucille right there. Can you see her? She's in her luxury sling. She loves it. I just look like a sociopath carrying her in it, but she loves it because it gives her support on her booty, kind of like it does when I'm in my arm. But she's got her beach towel that she's laying on inside there, and it's good because I have two hands free now. I can go. When I have her with me, I could go many more places. I can go into, get a coffee, get something to eat, feed her something, give her water, real very easily. She likes to call it her luxury sling because it's all fitted out with her favorite beach towel on the inside, and she's got her water case on the side. Or actually, no, she does have her water case on the side. I have it in my pocket, but is Allison on here? Allison Carter? When she comes on, I want to show her something about this. This is kind of cool looking. Actually, not cool looking, but this is what happens when some of these ding-dongs throw furniture in the Aloi, which they do. They'll just find furniture and they throw, there's wheels, there's an old scooter. They'll just throw these scooters in there and these barnacles get on them. Yeah, I feel like a champ. I ate a little bit yesterday. I just was taking really hardcore flu medicine and orange juice and vitamins and all that, and on an empty stomach, and that was not, I knew it wasn't going to be good, but I didn't think it would be as bad as it was. Aloha, Allison, give me 1 second, I'll show you. People seem to love it. They're like, oh, I wish I could bring my dog with me. And there are more places that are more acceptable or more accepting when you bring, when your dog is in a sling like this. I don't like that word sling. I need to think of a better, or carrier, luxury carrier. Yeah, I don't have any particular place. I need to go into Honolulu later today, but we can go anywhere you guys want. We'll even go, gosh, I would say to Diamond Head Lookout, but I really hate going up there and splitting up the streams. I just really do. Here's some of the houses and individual like little townhomes. I know some of you people are interested in these. These are I like just walking these back streets. When we go on hikes in the morning, Lucille and I, we'll start way down there where I live, but we'll come along the Aloi. From the end of Aloi to this is it's like 1 mile. It's 1 point something mile, like 1 or 2 or something simple like that. And then this main road up here, as you know, is Kapahulu. Kapahulu runs perpendicular to Kalakaua. And that's a street that's really more local based. There's a lot of really cool local restaurants. Safeway's down that way, Rainbow Drive-In, Leonard's, bunch of really nice restaurants, Ono Seafood, Side Street Inn. I know that's a favorite of a bunch of yours. Some of you veteran visitors. Lucille lift, I like that. I enjoy walking around these back streets here. I have on several occasions started from Kapahulu and zigzagged every single block, which is not that many, but every single block all the way the length of Waikiki and back. I mean, not back, not that day. There's no reason to do that, but I've done it both ways. It helps me just stay in touch with the goings on, comings and goings. Okay, Allison, here's her sling right here. See? It's a lot like the one I think you sent to Terry today. She can put her paw on the outside. There's nice mesh so she gets some circulation. But it needs a pocket on the front. See this area right here? I'll show you more in detail later. It needs a pocket right here on this side and in the back for things for her, for like food or for me, like batteries and stuff like that. But she loves it. She'll fall asleep and she just puts her head. See how her head? I'll just show you. I'm not going to stick her head in there, but see how her face is right here and her arms just hanging out. She will go to sleep because that's really nice and padded through here on her arm or front leg, and then it's padded all inside here. She has her Lucille beach blanket down here, and that's for her booty. So she has padding and what have you. And see, this is kind of a mesh right through here. And you could open it up a little bit more, have more circulation. Does that give you an idea? Yeah, that's more like a hammock, like a luxury hammock, huh? She loves it. She'll stick her head in it. Hi there. Having a good day? Okay, yeah, good. We'll say something. Some most unpleasant people live around here. Or just not, I shouldn't say unpleasant, they're just not extremely happy, Hello, how are you? Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you? Good day. Isn't it a beautiful day today? Yes, it is. Oh, happy Sunday. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Well, I get weird looks anyway, but most of it is positive. Like people say, oh, I wish I had one of those for my dog. Can I touch it? Can I see her? She looks so comfortable. And I just like it because I'm able to, I've got, 2 free hands,
You're going to have to rock that one.
This is the Hilton Waikiki. Not to be confused with the Hilton Hawaiian Village or Hilton Garden Inn. This is the location where they have Mac 24/7, the diner. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Perfect day. It's a nice sushi restaurant. I really am happy and encouraged that lady has gotten her steps about her. I say she may have partners, I don't know, but there's a single lady who owns it, or an individual lady who owns it. And she went through some branding issues. She painted this bright pink and yellow, and then now bright pink. The whole thing was bright pink and green. It was terrible. Let's go to the Starbucks up here. Sorry guys, I don't have anything in mind today. So we'll just go out and about, show you what's what and what's not. Yeah, the mesh, it's like you see this right here, this area. This is a great area. This should be a little bit wider, like about this wide. She's not she's not a wide dog, but it'd be good for her head to be a little bit wider so she could put both arms in the front or both legs on the front. And if this is padded on the inside a little bit, but you don't want it really padded because you want to be able to have air circulate through there. But there should be a zipper with a pocket here, in my opinion. I don't know if you can see that very well. When I sit down sometime, I could show you a little bit more, Allison. But she likes it because the rocking back and forth. She can get out when she wants. She just makes just a little bark or a little whimper type thing. I get her out and she goes, and we walk for a while. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Man, yesterday it started off really good, but man, yesterday early afternoon, boy, woo! I thought it was going to throw up there on the side of the road there as I was walking back, because we were down there by coming back over the marina. It was like somebody stuck a drill bit in my gut. It's all the vitamin C. I mean, I had taken probably 200 pills, or no, more than that, in like 3 days, and vitamin C, and orange juice, and pineapple juice, and zinc, and magnesium, you know, on an empty stomach. And I think the fasting really helped. I really do. This is the Elohilani, the Waikiki Resort Hotel, or the Korean Hotel, as most people call it. Some people call it, I should say. Nice hotel, great rates. And they respect if you're a previous visitor. I know some members have been coming here for quite a long time. They get a great rate. They get great amenities, little extras, upgrades, things like that. And this is kind of the fork in the road where you think, well, do I want to stay at a super nice 5-star hotel, like right over here at Hyatt? It's not really 5-star, but you know what I mean. Or a lower level, like a class. Hi there, class. No. Hotel, and with not as many amenities, but look, you're right across the street from it. And if you want a really good spa, really good restaurants, right there, you're across the street from Elohilani. So this is like $400, and this is like, you know, the $400 range. That's in the $200 range. Not just two, but it's like $225 or what have you. So it's the same quandary as everyone faces. I know I wasn't going to say anything, Sandra. Sandy. Oh, I'm sorry, Waikiki Tower. The back of Waikiki Beach Tower looks very much like Hyatt, and it's just next door. This property is actually very interesting because this is one we've talked about a number of times. Let me just show you. They have ownership and rentals in here, and they also rent like a hotel, but it's quite pricey. But the rooms are massive, and their balconies are really big. You can rent. I think you can rent by the month, but I inquired about, you know, rent for like a year, and it was like $2,600 or $2,800 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. But it was a balcony, and it was about 2/3 of the way up, probably about right in there, with an ocean view. And that was, you know, that's 5 years ago, so it's probably maybe $3,500 or something now. I don't know. It's not that much more. Well, I have food in me now, Janet, but I need a coffee. I'm down a coffee. If you guys remember our Let's Eat here, I want to send Waikiki Wendy Silva here. All those places I said I was taking her, I meant that I want to send her. She's taking me to a steak dinner, but these other places. This was really good. Do you recall we came here, had some great service, sat right there, really, really good value. And there were a number of happy hour specials. It was around the happy hour times, and it was quite good. Did you see it, Tracy? Show here, Momo-san. Check to Marimoto. Marimoto is more of a steak, high-end steak house right there. That's on the 2nd floor of the Elohilani. But this one is the one I was just talking about. Momo-san. We'll go over and look at the water in a minute. I need to get a...
We got it pretty close.
And the MCT oil was not my friend yesterday either. Do any of you take MCT oil? Letters MCT oil? We'll go over there in just a moment after we grab a coffee. Oh, they do? Tracy, good happy hour. That's good to know. People tend to want to touch her, Lucille, too, when she's here. This is where they're going to have the Super Bowl. This place will be rocking. 12th best cheeseburger on this side of the street in Waikiki. Hey, how's it going? Well, yeah, we're gonna, yeah, Starbucks right now. We'll see you on our way back. Okay, all right. You got that right, Godmother. The best Hawaiian coffee in all of Hawaii.
This whole world, Father, and lose his own soul.
Yes, exactly. LC. MCT oil, man, it will change you. I've taken it about 3 years now. Man, I mean, it is a miracle for cognition, for joint. I do a lot of stuff for joint muscle pain, arthritis because I don't have it. But man, it'll make you right and tight. It's medium chain triglycerides. And it's a, I don't want to call it, I hate calling it, because so much of what I do is like a fat burner, it seems to be, but that's not really what it is. And that's really not what most of those things are. But they help in metabolism and gut health. And it's just, and with everything I eat, I take too much of it. But my body has gotten to where it's used to it. But you normally would take like a big tablespoon in your coffee in the morning. Just shake it up really good. You need to shake your coffee each time you take a sip because it's oil and it'll separate. But I promise you, I've given it to 2 people in the last probably couple of months. And they were a little bit resistant to it in the beginning, and then they started taking it. It's like, oh my goodness. You can't be without it. Now I'm stuck buying it for those people. And by those people, I mean my mean evil mother. She can't get enough of it now, and she is a hard nut. MCT oil stands for medium chain triglycerides. You can look it up on YouTube and look at the YouTube videos and what it does. It's just, I think it's a miracle type of thing. To me, it's almost a tiny bit in, not exactly, it's a little bit, very, very minimal in line with what, lion's mane does, but much differently. I shouldn't even draw a parallel to those two. This is the new Sunrise Shack. This is, remember this, Miss Cassie Vegas? This was your acai bowl place, but it is non-existent now. They changed to the Sunrise Shack. They still have the Sunrise Shack in Waikiki, or Outrigger Waikiki. You can put it in smoothies. You can put it in anything. I put it in coffee. People put it and just drink just the straight shot of it. It's like drinking olive oil, but it's much better for you. And it's best to get the organic. And there's 3 ingredients. There's like I think it's called H4, H6, H8. I believe that's what they are. I can look it up and tell you in just a moment. But you should have at least the H4 and H6 or H4 and H8 in it. There's a If you go onto Amazon, just look up MCT organic oil. There's a green bottle, like an army green bottle. That's the one you want. And it makes a world of difference in which one you get. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in just a second. Hi there. Could I get with just a little cream, please? Do you put it in or do I put it in?
Yep, come out there. And
Okay. You can just put a shot in it. However much you want to put in it.
It's going to be 403.
Thank you. Tony. Can you do like that much about? Appreciate it. Thank you. Very kind. So we're at the Starbucks just catty corner from the Honolulu Zoo, which is right there. Aloha, Nancy. Good to see you. Coco de Silva. Oh my goodness. Love that name. Sounds like a drug dealer name in a movie. Oh, is that right, Nature's Way? Gerard, do you take it? Do you take MCT oil? You know what else I started doing is I started taking apple cider vinegar capsules in addition to drinking it. So the drinking it is much more bioavailable. It's more immediate. The capsules are a little bit more concentrated. I take those later at night. And man, I just feel dialed in with those. Oh, it's the, is that the, hello, Maureen. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to check. See that right there? That's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. I said H8C or H812 and whatever. But it's C. It's C. That's C8, C10, C12. It has all three, and it's keto, which is, I'm not a big keto guy, but it's keto friendly, but it's MCT, it's organic. That's a 16 ounce. You do a lot better getting the 32 ounce, but that's it. Try that. I'll only do a tablespoon. The first couple of times you may get a little bit froggy about it, want to put a little bit more, but it will put you on the commode if you do too much. Thank you. The first couple times, but I take like 2 tablespoons at least. Now, I've just built up a tolerance for it. It is quite nice. Been on it for 6 months. George, so what do you think of it? I mean, man, if you take MCT oil and you take magnesium glycinate and citronate, and you're, or not citronate, what's the magnesium L, shoot, I can't think of the name. And you're working out, man, you are feeling like a champ the next day. You know, your bones are feeling great, your muscles are not sore if you have arthritis. I mean, there's a lot of other things you can do for arthritis, but man, it is a game changer. And it doesn't make you feel loopy, but your cognition, it really works on your brain. It really does. Yeah, I'm not a nutritionist. I've just spent enough money with them to know what to look for, and then I just ask them. They say, no, that's dumb, what are you doing? Or, boy, that's really good. I have a naturopath that I used in La Jolla Village. She's now in Canada, and we do telemed now. She knows me well enough and tells me what's good and what's not. For me, anyway. It's not good for everybody. It is a gorgeous day. Lion's mane, Nancy. Give you some lion's mane. MCT oil. And it may affect other people different ways, but it's just a really good way to oil. I mean, if you imagine you have like a little rusty engine that doesn't work perfectly well, and when you do work it gets kind of worn out and sore, and you associate that with your body, and then take MCT oil, that'll cure what ails you for sure. Or not. Yep. Big joint or large joint manipulation like what you have, like you're talking about, Gerard, with all that working out and stuff that you do, it's a game changer, boy, I'm telling you. There's way too many people getting hip replacements and knee replacements. Have you guys noticed that, depending on how old you are, man, back in the 80s, 90s, you didn't hear everybody going, oh, I need to get my knee replaced, my hip replaced. And I just think there's too much business in hip and knee replacements, and people are way too sold on it. And then once they're told they need a hip or a knee replacement, they just kind of give into it and say, yep, that's what I need to do. And they stop doing anything that would preclude them from needing to have it done. In my opinion, what the hell do I know? I wouldn't listen to anything I have to say. Look at the, it is quite low. I mean, you see this, even at when it's medium, we're about 2/3 the way up that little wall right there. It's dry enough. I could probably, I don't want to walk out there with Lucille, but I could probably get over on that other wall over there. I'll do it one day when I don't have Lucille with me. I'll just give you a quick pan of Waikiki. Maybe you could see your favorite hotel, or maybe a hotel you're considering staying at. Lucille's fat and happy. She's about halfway asleep. I wish she'd stick her head in her hammock and go to sleep. Flying and crying. We've got a couple people coming in today or tomorrow, seems like. Yeah, I know the hip replacement and knee replacement is a big sensitive topic. So is, back repair. But man, that just tells you, you don't, and this is no commentary or no judgment on people who have bad knees and hips right now. Sometimes you have degenerative joints, and that's just all there is to it. And it's fantastic that we have the medicine that we have now. Do you guys want to go down there by Waikiki or by Barefoot Beach Cafe? Or do you want to go that way? Which way? Left or right? If you have degenerative joints, there's nothing you could do about it, and it's a godsend that we have the science that we do. And there's some knee replacements that are fantastic and save people's lives, but man, if you get a hip replacement or knee replacement and you become sedentary because you don't want to move around or can't move around or feel like you can't, man, that is bad, 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 bad. Sedentary is it creates cardiovascular problems and circulation problems, and it's just not great. All right, you guys, I'm gonna listen to you guys today. Sorry, Godmother, you got overruled by the mob. I normally give your vote 2 or 3 times, but too many said right, so let's go that way. We didn't go that way. yesterday. Lucy, put your head inside. She's like going to sleep because they're rocking back and forth. I had to force myself to listen back to some of the stream yesterday because I needed to find that idiot lady who came on and made some negative comments, and I had to block her myself. And man, the wind was quite bad in a couple of spots. You guys never really said anything. If the wind gets really bad, let me know. Sometimes there's something I could do about it, sometimes there's not. But if it ever gets bad, let me know. I can only name about maybe 8 or 10 people that I know have had a hip and knee replacement, and none of them were good. And I know there's miracles made. I know there's a lot of people that owe their health to getting it. So don't let me disparage you from getting it or talk bad about it, or, you know, I'm just stating what has been my experience. Yeah, you're right, Kath. It's individual case-by-case basis, 100%. 100%. I know people who've had back surgery just recently, and they're regretting ever doing it, even though they went to 3 different specialists. And oh, that's really kind of what my silly point was going to be, that in the 80s, 90s, you rarely heard about people saying, "Oh, I need to get my hip replaced," and now it's like, I'll bet every one of you know 10 people who have gotten it, talked about it, going to get it, something. Let's see if our dude has made it back up there. Nope. You guys remember when there was a hangers-on up there, sleeping in the trees? I don't know. I really do need to look up these stats again before I say these stupid things, but I'll just give you kind of roundabout and just the idea of it. And it's enough for you. If you're interested, look it up. If not, then don't. But one of the top causes of mortality is in later age is being sedentary, and that's because you have weak legs, or you have a knee replacement or hip replacement. You get sedentary. When you get sedentary, it's not just you sitting around, but it's the things that come with it. Terrible diet, which probably got you to the place you were anyway, but terrible diet even is exasperated because you're not moving as much, you're not exercising as much, you're not burning off the bad things in your body that would, just normal activity would burn off. So you're sitting on the couch longer, you're sitting longer at work, you're not getting up and down as much as you used to. And even people who are not as active as, normal sporting weekend warrior type people, they stand up and get down, stand up and get down. And they, even at work, they take short steps. And, that's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. And it's certainly better than getting a knee replacement and having to be wheelchair or bed or chair ridden for days and days and months and weeks and years at a time. You know what I mean? I had a friend of mine's mother who had a knee replacement, but she put off doing any type of exercise, so that when she finally got her knee replaced, she had put so much pressure and bad angles on her other knee, she needed to have that replaced, and it was being replaced for a totally different reason. One was the side was just aggressive arthritis, which she then understood she could have done much more about it, but then by that time she had to get her other knee replaced, and she had a stroke about 3 years after that, which may or may not be related, but she passed away. She was a beautiful lady. I love that lady. She was a walking partner of mine in La Jolla. She would not walk that long, but we would hike on the streets an awful lot. Oh, looks like they're doing a beach cleanup, something maybe. I don't know. Oh, it's a kids thing. It's a kids little festival type thing. And prison doors. That's right. Yeah, guys, I know I get pushback on those things I say, but it's you know, take it for what it is. I'm not saying it's matter of factly and it's how everybody who's ever had a bad knee is gonna. That's not it at all. It's just an option. Look at that duck. Duck's just chilling, going along the waterway down there. Those needlefish. Beautiful water today, huh? Yeah, it's a sad story. I hate it. Can you see those fish? Hopefully you could see those. Amberjack. Gee, many Christmas. Why couldn't I think of that? Yeah, I can't pronounce that name. What's that name, Dale? What's the name of that? The Hawaiian fish right there. Homo something. Yeah, baby marlin all over the place. Lancelot right over there. Hey there. Yeah, I'm not going to feed the birds. Lucille is not a fan of pigeons. Those are probably, remember we spoke to those anglers, some of those fishermen that are out here the other day. They said they're probably 8 to 10 pounds, those fish. That looks about right. I mean, they know far better than I do. But they're there all the time. You could come here and, do you see the Hawaiian national fish right there? Right dead center of the screen, right there. They just shot up there. It's a big school of them. Yeah, it's such a nice, calm area. What's up, young man? He's just chilling. I wonder if he gets enough food. Oh, I'm sure he does over here. There he goes. Lunchtime. There you go. Look at that. Scaring up some dust there. There you go. I bet he likes that. That's good food for him. Latte. We'll look at some of these kids over here in a minute. They're taking the kids out on the paddle boards. They just love that, I bet. Yeah, those are baby marlin. I see that guy all the time. He's a dingbat. He's a Waikiki ambassador. I mean, I have corny jokes all the time, probably more than him, but he's just kind of an odd duck. Natuarium, is that it? Or natatorium, is that it? Natatorium or natuarium? It's that building right there. That's the one. Natatorium, I think that's how you say it. It's the Humu Nuka Ua Pua. Yeah. Natatorium, that's it. Oh yeah, Super Bowl is really big here. I walked by Sky Bar earlier today, and they were putting up more decorations for the Super Bowl. They're going to be playing it at all the bars along the beach. Yeah, it smells exactly like you would think it would. Just beautiful, beautiful, clear, clean ocean, salty air. Boy, I tell you what, being gone and then coming back, even though I was sick as a dog, man. Natatorium, there you go. Thank you, auditor. Boy, you hit that air and man, you know, I come right out here to the beach. Feels good. That's where they go to, if you see some of those sail or the catamarans, that's where they go for, I believe they actually crash Diamond Head. Go past Diamond Head for the whale watching tours and they come back, but you could see them all out there. And now with the tide being down a little bit, you see this line, this like reef line, like I told you about before. Let me get my hand out of the way. But just watch along here where my hand is. See that right there? Watch. Actually, that's the only downside of not being able to have Lucille in my hand. I can't point with her ears. But you see that line right there? That's that line break, reef break, that keeps the waves a little low. And then see just right on the other side where it gets really nice kind of aquamarine color. That's where that water drops off, and it's more sand than reef. It's just beautiful out there. If you dive, if you can get out past there and dive along that side and you're coming back this way, it's sand behind you, but it's reef on this side, and man, there's just so many fish. It's like a tropical fish store. There's a holokai out there. They're all out at Turtle Canyon. We're going to do Turtle Canyon. I thought about doing that if Waikiki Wendy Silva wants to do it. It depends on how her apology dinner goes. If she blows that off, she's going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. Yeah, man, that coffee really hits the spot. What's your favorite hotel along Waikiki Beach? If you had a 7-day stay, all expenses paid, within reason. I mean, everybody's going to say the penthouse at Halekulane. But if you had a 7-day stay that was free, where would you stay? Oh, and you know what? I lied to you guys yesterday about the trolley pass and catamaran pass. I didn't do a giveaway, so we'll do 2 of each today, okay? Promise you. If I have to just randomly pick a name, just remind me about it a little bit later. It does depend on the park ranger. I hope she gets his credit card, so at least he'll be there in spirit. And no, her apology has nothing at all to do with the park ranger. I hope she has a long, fruitful relationship with the park ranger. Sheridan Waikiki, that's interesting. Outrigger Waikiki. See, you know what? I like that. Look at Nancy. She says Outrigger Waikiki, so she's picking something that's different than Royal Hawaiian. Well, there you go, Royal Hawaiian. Moana Surf Rider is not bad. Yeah, Moana is such a great hotel. Outrigger, Halekulani, that's tough to beat. That's a nice little sea-doo there, huh? Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at that little baby in the front of her. These little kids that are coming out on these paddle boards, I don't know why, but every time I see little kids out enjoying this, it just, you know, they're going to remember this for the rest of their life. It's going to be, look at that little bald baby's head. Sitting right between that lady's legs there. See her? She won't remember it, but the other kids out here are losing their minds. Like, man, I was paddleboarding in Waikiki. The waves were so big, about knocked us over, man. It was crazy. Luana, really? Oh, wow. Dale, I want to hear what you have to say about the Waikiki shore. But your brother Roger stayed there, and he was quite fond of it, as I recall. All right, guys, we can do this too, especially since Wendy's not on here. We could talk privately. What one adventure would you want to see Waikiki, Wendy Silva, and I go on? Your choices are anything you want, really, but the choices are a pub crawl, a hike like Makapu'u, or going to Ko'olina and walk the lagoons over there, or do a drive out to Haleiwa and do a walk through the North Shore, just do that same little cool, drive around the island, or maybe just do a South Shore tour of the island. Maybe go back out to Hanauma Bay Ridge and maybe hike more of that. What would you guys like to do? Or would you like for us to go to PCC, or I would say Kualoa Ranch, but we can't live stream out there. There's just absolutely no connection whatsoever out there. Pub crawl for sure. Pub crawls, okay. Oh, there's a whole new storyline for sure, instead of the parole officer. So a long hike, okay, North Shore, all right. North Shore food tour, or you know what, Tauntaun, I like that. We could go just to eat a little bit at each place, like go to, look at that, how cute is that? Oh my goodness, that's motherhood right there, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that neat? Kissing on her fat bald baby. That's so cute. Ko'olina, Makapu'u, yeah. We could do Makapu'u and Hanauma Bay. That is the coolest thing. That's beautiful. Look at baby. He's got. I don't want to put her on camera in the front like that. But it's just such fat rolls all over it. I'll go through the Disney Resort, North Shore, okay. Haleiwa. A little baby. That's a baby, looks like a chunk to me. Disney Resort, so it seems like a lot of you like the Ko'olina. We could do Ko'olina. Makapu'u is another good hike. It's not difficult at all. It's all paved. Then we could actually do Makapu'u and do Hanauma Bay Ridge. Of course, those are two very, very similar. I'd rather do those, separate, separate adventures. You're not seeing any comments? Paradise Cove, yeah. If we do Ko'olina, Paradise Cove is right out there, so we could go there. We could do a luau, but I just think luau's are just so. I mean, not to diminish you if you want to do a luau. I've just been to so many of them, and there are just so many other ways to see the same types of activities and better food. I would rather do that, so I don't want to do a luau. Turtle Canyon, we could definitely do that. I wouldn't do the diving because I'd want to stream it all, but we'll see if Waikiki Wendy Silva wants to do it. What you do at the Turtle Canyon, if you're not familiar, you leave right there on the Holokai, and you go all the way out here. You'll probably see some turtles depending on when you do it, and then you come back in, and then you go right out there, right there where you see all those catamarans, and there's a cleaning station, excuse me, a cleaning station where turtles will just kind of hang out with neutral buoyancy, and they just kind of float like this, and they have their flippers hanging down, and fish will come up and eat all the parasites or some of the parasites off them that cause those barnacles on them. And there's other fish out there, so it's quite beautiful. Yeah, the luau's are fun. I mean, if you've never been to one, for sure, absolutely go to one. I would go to, I would probably go to Paradise Cove because it's just so beautiful. Polynesian Cultural Center, if you want to get a lot more activities, I guess, included in it. There's because you can go to all the different Polynesian islands, exhibits while you're there. It's a lot more commercial. Of course, they're all going to be commercial. But those are the ones I would go to. Maybe you guys have a choice or have a input on that.
You have to use your hands.
Oh, the Imperial, yeah. The Imperial is a great location, and like I kind of said yesterday, if you didn't remember, I kind of dismissed that hotel, wrongfully so, because I did not realize that they'd gone through that extensive of a renovation like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But now they have really nice windows, floor-to-ceiling windows, and they've won several awards, prestigious awards out here, like the best family resort, best vacation rental hotel, something like that. It's right over there, right? See where the Halekulani is right there? It's just right to the right there. It's not beachfront, and that's the one thing I don't like, because they actually advertise it in some ways beachfront. It's not even beach close. It is geographically close, like it's from maybe here to Barefoot Beach Cafe from the beach, but you can't go directly to it. You have to go one way or the other. And then the one beach that you can actually go to, which is right in front of Waikiki Reef, it's not as beachy as you would think. It's kind of like this beach here. It's about like this beach and maybe this beach here. So it's not like a really wide beach like you'd see going down that way. But it's a great location in that it's located right in Waikiki Beach Walk, so it's right in the dead center of restaurants and shops and all of the places of interest. Look at these kids. This is so cool. Like this little kid's got a paddle, thinking he's doing it. That's so cool. Go, young man. There you go. Look at you. Look at this little girl out here. Make sure you guys like and share. Oh, we could do Chinatown too. Do you guys want to do Chinatown? I think, excuse me, I think doing Chinatown with Wendy, that may be the activity we do, simply because she's such a foodie and there's so many things out there that we could eat, but I don't think she'd want to eat all the things that are going to be available. I mean, I wouldn't have her eat pig stuff or parts or anything like that, but I mean, like, there's several really just amazing bakeries. And I think getting her instant feedback and her comments would be really interesting to some of you. And I'd also like to take her to either Smith and King or something like that. But she only has one outing with me other than her apology dinner. Let's go look at some of these fish tearing up this food. Wonder if I can get this lady to hold it out in her hands for the pigeons to get it. Yeah, those kids are just loving life, man. Can you see the can you see the dogs? Can you see the fish? Boy, look at all of these. I'll do it. I'll eat it. I'll eat some chicken feet too if they have them. I don't want boiled ones. I'd like cooked ones. Ooh, Cassie Vegas. It depends. If you want to get, do you want something authentic or do you want something that's just super, super good food? Here's the bad part about it. Not the bad part. It's actually, it's a good problem to have. But See, look at this. They tore that all the way out. Man, that was quick. Guys, since last Tuesday, look what they did since last Tuesday. Can you see that? They tore out all that concrete top and the rebar. It looks like a lot of the rebar below it. But look at that. Now they have just that concrete rock wall. Or not concrete wall, the rock wall. I'll bet you they use that to help block the water with these canvas sandbags or rock bags. Huh. I heard, and I want to talk to somebody. We'll come over here and talk to somebody on the crew over here. But I heard that they're going to do something elevated, like a little walkway and like a walk around, like almost a roundabout. I just can't wait until they do it, because it's just killing Barefoot Beach's business. Look at that. So Cassie Vegas, just let me know. Super, super good. Man, I'm telling you, if I were giving somebody a recommendation for restaurants, I would go on 2 different days. I'd go 2 different days. I would go one day to Pig and the Lady, go on a Tuesday or Wednesday for right after lunch, because they close at 2 o'clock. Pig and the Lady is unbelievably good. And then the next one I'd go to Smith and King. And ironically, they're right next door to one another. You can watch back the Let's Eat that Janet and I did for Smith and King or Pig and the Lady. Both of those were just remarkable restaurants. Incredible food. Ooh, lao lao. But if you want something really ethnic, which I don't think you do, you can go into the Mauna Kea food court, get some fresh duck with some greens and rice, and or right inside there, right as you go inside to the right, there's a Filipino. Oh my goodness, they have some great food there. Unbelievably good food. There's a Cambodia, Lao, Thai food. I can't think of the name of the place. There's another one called Feti, F-E-T-I. Really, really good too. But I don't think it compares to Pig and the Lady, which is great Vietnamese, French food. Well, Vietnamese, I don't know really what you call it, but they have a chicken wing. They have a French. This is what, if I were you and I was taking Mr. Cassie Vegas out there, I would have him get the French dip sandwich with the pho soup to dip in, which is what they have that as a salad. I mean, as a setup. That is a remarkable dinner. And then get some chicken wings on the side. Their chicken wings are about the size of a turkey. They're just well done. How you doing, Lucille? Let's go over this way. I was going to cut through the park and make it a shortcut, but you guys probably want the long way around to see the water. Wow, that's a good size one. See that guy's throwing bread out there? Look at the size of that fish under there. It's kind of a blonde colored fish. Best Vietnamese. Can't think of the name of it. It's in Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center, but there's several outside. There's Saigon, Little Saigon. It's on Kapiolani. Exceptional. Really, really, really good. Boy, there's just a bunch of those amberjack out here. There's like 4 or 5 right there. There's a bunch along that little ridge line. See them? I'll hold it real still. They must love this low tide, because it really gets the moss growing on these rocks really well. Yeah, that's it. Lao Lao. There's another one called Pho One. It's PHO-ONE, Pho One. It's on Kapiolani. That's also really good. But I mean, if you're going to get Vietnamese food, in my opinion, there's only one in town. And this, I'm very, very biased, and that's Pig and the Lady. You want to get a reservation when you go. Yeah, this is a nice morning stroll. I mean, it's taking me much longer because I'm just meandering and stopping and stuff. But to grab you coffee at your hotel, or the best Hawaiian coffee in the world, which is Starbucks, then come walking out here to the natatorium right there. And they've opened up this walkway. Remember the last time we came down here, they had just opened that up somewhat recently. And you actually walk right back behind the aquarium. There you go, Janet. Pho Factory. There's some great Thai, that Thai noodle boat. That's a cheap Thai place. Excuse me, guys. Didn't mean to cough on you. See if we can see any fish out here. Beautiful water, barely a breeze. Is it too windy on the mic? Or can you guys hear the wind at all? Yeah, there's an aquarium right there. We'll go around the back side of it here. Yeah, the Vietnamese Korean pastries that Michelle is talking about are the Queen Amans. I was actually in line yesterday, and if you guys want, I need to go buy about a half a dozen of those for my friend who runs the Halekulani. I'm going to do that one morning this week. I was just going to start the stream and take you on the walk, buy the Queen Amans, and then take them over to Halekulani. It's a nice early morning walk. Just kind of breaks up the schedule that we normally have. I just thought I would take you on that. I don't know which day, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at that big old dog. When Rocky, oh, sorry, Lucille, sorry about that. When Rocky has her baby, the monk seal, and they close off that beach, the male or a male comes over here, and she will bring the baby over here, and they'll swim along this area a little bit, and she'll teach them how to presumably to teach the baby how to fish and swim and, hunt and all that kind of stuff, because she will go back and forth in front of the natuarium here, or natatorium. Oh, you can kind of, let me come back here. So you can now see the back side of this, and normally you don't see this. When they had this shut down, you cannot stand where I'm standing now, obviously, but now you could see. But just imagine when that's brand new, right? Okay, now it's all doggy and stuff, but look, wouldn't that be just beautiful? That's as high as it went up. You know, it's like all open ocean. Not open, but you see underneath there, you could see right under here, the water would get inside there, and that it was a naturally fed pool. And that's where Duke Kahanamoku did his famous swim. How's that feel? Is it a boy or a girl? Just loving that cold mud on you, huh? You just overheating, huh? Want a little coolness? Lance, is that you on the beach, man? Just chilling out? But isn't that beautiful? I mean, they've said they want to refurbish it, but they've also said it would cost way too much. It costs more to refurbish it as much as it would cost to tear it down. So I guess you're just going to let nature run its course. Said, man, I'm chilling. Look at that dog.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
Little dog. I should let Lucille down there and have her take that dog to Pound Town, huh? Show that Rottweiler who's boss. Hey, Lucy, move your arm. Ooh. Move. There you go. Is that better? Okay. I thought about doing that. What time is it? 11. I thought about going over there to get some pineapple. I could really use some. I've eaten my body weight in fresh pineapple since I've been back. I went and bought 4 of the pineapple cases, you know. I can't cut a pineapple to save my life. So I ate a bunch of that pineapple, and man, was it good. It was it mixed really well with all the vitamins and supplements and stuff I was taking, but God, did it taste good. This is Kaimana Beach, or Sansochi Beach. You can win a bet by knowing. See that ridge right there, the little reef wall right there, right on the other side. That's truly Sansochi Beach, the real Sansochi Beach. A guy named Benjamin, not Dillingham, but another Benjamin. Oh, I can't think of his name. Dutch guy. He had a boarding house there that I think had 8 rooms, and so that was truly the first hotel because it was a multi-unit facility before, and I think it was in 1898, and it was right over there, and it was like 50 cents a room or something like that. So that was, and it was only open like 2 years, but it was the only building from there all the way over to where Moana Surfrider is now, but back behind there, because even Moana Surfrider wasn't there. And that's when all this was marshland, like swampy, stagnant, nasty water. And then right out there on the other side, that's where Queen Kapiolani Park is, from right about there, all the way over there to Montserrat, the street Montserrat that we go down when we're walking to KCC Farmers Market. But that is like 330 acres of land, and that's where I think it's the second king had all of his horse racing, and he used to invite other people from all over the world to come and race their horses there. Sorry, Lucy, I was checking something. And then that's when they dredged out the Alawai and sucked all this water out and put a bunch of land in it. And that's when the first buildable land was Moana Surfrider, which is noted as the first hotel. But that's the first one, Sensochi. I think it was called Sensochi House, I believe. Yeah, I heard Thailand has some great pineapple. Also the white pineapple. They have it here once a year, I hear. But they say that's the very best pineapple. I thought I had it, and I didn't. I actually bought a pineapple, and after I started eating it, the guy says, no, that's not the white pineapple. And I already eaten too much of it. I didn't want to buy another one. A lava rock bracelet? No, this is just a regular bracelet. My mother gave it to me and told me I had to wear it, so mom's the boss, and that's what I'm doing. She said, son, I want you to wear something to remember how mean and nasty I was, and it's my apology bracelet for treating you so horribly your entire life. Wear this bracelet to remember it by. This actually is a great beach just to come in because it's really low and sloping. You know, when I say low and slow, what I mean is it doesn't have a drop off. It's very much like Ala Moana Beach. It goes straight out, and you can walk out almost to that first break right there, and it's only about chest deep water when the tide is like here. You see the guys paddleboarding. There's a lot of paddle boards out there, kayaks and things like that. It's just a great little beach to go on, and it's not very crowded. This is actually more crowded than what I would imagine it being. Because it's usually not this. Well, maybe on the weekends it is, but I would think this time of year it'd be not this busy. But this is where this is the Kaimana Beach, where when she does bring her baby here, when she does have her baby on this beach, they block this whole thing off just for her. And this is, we've seen this from behind, I believe. See right straight through there, see that kind of rounded building right on the other side there? Or I'm sorry, right on this side of it, that rounded building, like right here, that's the How Tree Cafe at the Kaimana Hotel. Just a really great place. That's one of the places that I would recommend also coming for breakfast one day when you're in Waikiki, just because it's just such a peaceful little place right there. It's right on the beach, you know, and the sun's coming up, and really nice. Or dinner, because those trees are all lit up. It's not a lot of seating, so you should get your reservations. And if you just come here, you just want to have a drink, there's a bar up there right in the back side of there. You can look out onto the beach as well. It's quite nice. It could be pronounced Gary's Beach for all I know. It's spelled like Sansoshi to me. When did I decide? Do you really want to know? I can give you the short answer. It's when we started working with hotels out here. My agency was doing a lot of film and video for hotels in Arizona and New York City. So we were doing, we did all the in-room loops. You know, the videos you go into a hotel and you watch the loops about all the cool things to do in the area. Talks about things to do at the hotel. They're called in-room loops. We would shoot those videos for a bunch of Hiltons, like 200 plus Hiltons we did over time. But we did Marriott, Starwood, Ritz-Carltons, so on and so forth. So we were in New York, and then we also built the website called HiltonsofNewYork.com, and it did really, really well. We had the Waldorf Astoria was a part of it, Waldorf Towers. We did all their film and video for them, and they were really pleased with it. And they said, hey, do you want to do our hotels in Hawaii? I said, yeah, let's go do it. And I had not been to Hawaii. This was, gosh, when was this? This was like Well, it's 26 years ago. This October will be 26. This year will be 26 years. This October, I think. I've got to figure that out. Yeah. So anyway, it's like 26 years. And so we came out here, and man, we started doing Hilton Hawaiian Village, but then we ended up doing the Marriott. We did Sheraton Waikiki. We did Iolani, but that's way before the Aulani was out there. And I just fell in love with it, and I started coming out like 10, 12 times a year. And I said, you know what, I'm going to stay out there a little bit longer. I stayed out longer each time, and then that was it. I fell in love with the place. Yeah, San Sochi is right through there, the apartment building. This is the Lotus. This is the prior. Actually, let's go walking over here. We rarely go out here. I think we've only been here twice. This is the former W Hotel. Sanssouci? Yeah, that's not. See right there. This is there's another walkway over there, but it's kind of, quote, private. They don't like you to go over there, but you can go there anyway. They frown on you going back there, but we'll just act like we belong. Oh, you know what? Nope, that's not it. Guess it's over here. So yeah, that was it. That's why I came out here, and I just fell in love with it. I mean, what's not to love? But I was really, really lucky in that I had oh, we can go this way. I just don't want to. I didn't want to take Lucille through those bushes. We can go this way, Lucille. I spent as much time in New York City, in Las Vegas, and Miami, and Orlando, and Scottsdale as I did here in Hawaii. So we actually started with going to New York. Going to New York was our first. Going to New York, going to Mexico.com. I have all those domains. I own all those websites, the going tos. So we were actually going to do going to New York first, and we had that. I still don't even know. I've not even been on that website in years. It may be active still, for all I know. We have a Facebook page, which we're never on anymore. But once we get going to Hawaii settled and build a template, we're going to do going to New York and going to Mexico too. That's the marina I was telling you about that has the kayaks and paddle boards. The paddle boards are back behind us, but that's a little tie-off marina I was talking about. Lucy, were you asleep? I'm sorry about that. I reached down to pet her face and I smashed her face with my hand. Sorry, were you going to sleep? Hello, Ruth, not the daughter. Are you leaving us or are you coming? Oh, you're leaving. All right. Yeah, I know that wind is a little bit much, huh? Yeah, but they have a different, I agree with you, Rick, but they have a different audience. People are more destination focused on Hawaii just because of the distance. In New York, it's kind of split down, not really the middle. It's about 70%, not 70, I'd say 60% of the visitors are short distance drivers, meaning they come right from Philadelphia or Pennsylvania or Maryland, all the states around it. So they don't really need someone there walking around talking about where to go. And the other balance of 40% of the people, they're the ones who don't know about New York, and they want to know about, you know, all the places in Times Square and on Restaurant Row and off Fifth Avenue and all the steakhouses, that type of thing. So it would have a need, and the website itself would be much more focused on events as opposed to, you know, like new things coming up each week, like what's happening this week in New York, that type of thing. And I'll be honest with you, you would think that with New York or even Hawaii, I'll ask you guys, you're the ideal audience. Can you name me one website that you can go to that looks great, has all the great information, that you have confidence when you go there? It has the most up-to-date information, has beautiful pictures, well written, no broken links, and all that. For Hawaii, where would you go? Even the HVCB website, Hawaii.com, or even Honolulu, even Honolulu Magazine, they're terrible websites. Horribly managed, poorly written, broken links, outdated information. You know, there isn't unless something came up recently in the last 6 months, there isn't a website that you can go to, in my opinion, for Hawaii and say, man, that makes me feel like I'm in Hawaii. Even look at Maui Now or Kauai.com, you know, some of those that are really high-level domains. Terrible website. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I would, if you guys are not getting notifications, just kill the notifications for about 24 hours and then come back in and sign on and do notifications again. The magazines are good, Waikiki.com, all those domains are there, but I challenge you, man. I mean, and tell me in there if you guys really like a domain. I'd like to see it. In all the years I've been here, there's never been one. Now that's big talk coming from somebody who doesn't even have a website up, but wait till ours is up. Then I could talk a little bit more, but they're terrible. I mean, you go on there and they're talking about, you know, let's wrap up 2024. It's not up to date. Some of the links are broken. The images are really dated and old. They're low quality, rounded corner images. Graphics are terrible. Tell me I'm not right. Look at Hawaii.com. You know, that's the HVCB's website, and it's so clunky. You know, you go to the calendar of events. It's not really, in my opinion, you need a really good, easy, clean-looking calendar of events. And you need to have a tool on there that allows somebody to build an itinerary to say, just a little click off. Like I like the Pineapple Festival. I want to go to the Spam Festival. I want to go to this luau and this show and this trip, and just kind of create kind of a single page with a list of items that you like. And you may not print it off, but at least it gives you a page of your own that lists only the things that you're interested in. Most of the websites are ran by ding-dongs that don't know how to focus on a visitor experience, and it's all things to all people, all on the page, just scrolling up and down, page to page. It's clunky. I do not like it. Check it out, Janet. We're going to take GTH. They're going to Hawaii. I'm going to send it out to like probably 25 or 50 of you. And then we're going to do the next 25 to 50. And I want you to tell me all the things you hate about it. What sucks, what's bad, what's wrong, what's broken, what didn't look good, smell good, feel, you know, all that. And then we'll take it back offline and do a tweak of it and then launch it. Mark down today's words. If it's not the best looking website you've ever seen, you can tell me. I'll eat crow. But that's all we did for about 20 years is build websites. We did it for Ritz-Carlton, the Waldorf, Plaza, Palace Hotel, Hilton Hawaiian Village. The one time Hilton Hawaiian Village had a really, really good website is the one we built and kept up there. But they had to take it down because the brand, and their infinite wisdom, wants to have a HiltonBrand.com website, which is the dumbest idea ever. We built the website for Marriott, Orlando World Marriott Resorts, Marriott's largest resort. If you've ever been to Orlando, you've seen that beautiful, massive hotel. And that hotel had more traffic to it on special offers for destinations than any of their other Marriott websites. It's just because it's once you've done thousands of websites like we've done, it's not that difficult to do it right the next time, you know. But a lot of people are lazy building websites like that. Do a terrible job. Did anybody come up with a great website? It is food time. Do you guys want to go that way a little bit more, or do you want to go back and eat something? Thank you, Teresa. We're going to keep that vibe up too. Go Hawaii, that's the one. Yeah, Go Hawaii. That sucks, man. I hate that website. I shouldn't say I hate it, but I mean, here's the thing. And we actually, my agency came in second on 2 of the bidding processes to build that website. The Go Hawaii website. And this is exactly what we did. It came to like 36 agencies all over North America. And it came down to 10, then down to 8, then down to 6, and then the last 3 had to come to Hawaii and do a presentation. So we came to Hawaii, we did a presentation, then it came down between us, Symbolic, and one other agency, and we lost out to another agency each of the 2 times. So I was just proud that we got even that mention. However, I was really good friends with one of the ladies who actually started managing a lot of the, it's called the Hilton Visitors and Convention Bureaus, or HVCB. So HVCB lady was really, really nice, and I told her, I said, I don't want to say her name, I said, Jane, I said, let me see their design demo. Let me see their design demo and before you go building it, because they had to do certain panels. So they built it. She sent it over to me. She goes, you can't tell anybody this. This is years ago, so she won't get in trouble. She's not even there anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I said, you got to be kidding me. I said, this is their demo that they want to use. I said, this is horrible. You know, and so I said, let's do one. So we did our own. We built our own design demo, sent it to her, and I never forget, she goes, oh my God, that's artwork. And so we started using that phrase for a long time, that's artwork. She goes, that is so beautiful, but how would it do this? How would it do that? I said, well, it would do it right. It wouldn't do it the way they're saying to do it. And sure enough, they built the website, not the version you see now, but the 2 versions prior to that, and it was awful. And they had to leave it up for like 3 years or so. And then the next one came up, and they're just really clunky. If you go to Go Hawaii, it's not intuitive to where, you know, you can actually, you know, they try to serve up all the content for each island. And what needs to happen is it needs to be completely separate. So when you look at Kauai, there should be nothing on that website that looks Oahu. Conversely, if you go to Oahu, there should be nothing that drives you to Maui. You know, I think when you go to a website and you want to look at Maui, it should look, feel, taste, everything like Maui. You know, the color should be right, the picture should be perfect, the text and the link should be very intuitive and not say, you know, go to this jeweler shop, you know, and have ads down one side. It just should be so experiential, in my opinion. And then if somebody wants to look at Maui, let them look at it. I think it should be geographically navigable, so you have like a map, because a lot of people don't know, you know, like where on Oahu would you go for certain restaurants. So on our website, there's going to be a map of Oahu, and you type in the restaurant and it will highlight it on a map, just like Google Maps. That's how it should be done. And then you go, oh my goodness, we can't go all the way out to the North Shore, so let's put it just in Waikiki or something like that. It just has to be intuitive, has to be a list builder, something that's a tool that you can use and say, man, this is how I want to go to Hawaii, you know? And Go to Hawaii doesn't have that. And you get inundated with it. You know what, that brings up another topic that I wanted to, and seeing how I probably ruined the stream already, I'll go ahead and say it now. Look at this kid right here. He's taking his bike off he's just learning to ride. He's probably thinking, man, look at this huge bike I'm on. And Man, so fast.
So fast.
So cool. So, something I've been talking with Terry quite a bit. More so recently. We've been doing this quite a bit, but more so recently is we've been getting a lot of new members, if you guys have not noticed. And what we're getting is we're getting a lot of people joining that are tour operators or jewelry store operators or photographers or vacation ownership. And you've heard this old complaint that I have about vacation ownership people and photographers and things like that. I don't have any axe to grind against them. I hope that they rent out every vacation ownership they can, as much as they can, for as long as they can. I hope they do it ethically, licensed, and whatever. That being said, I do not want going to Hawaii, nor will we ever have a vacation ownership proxy on our Facebook page. Now, to be fair to them, and for the few of you who do come to going to Hawaii and you want to get information on rentals, ask anytime you want. Anytime that a member says, hey, what can you tell me about a vacation rental or a condo rental on Maui, 100% we're going to post it. We're going to ask you to put a relevant picture on there because that's just the thing you should do. And then all the vacation ownership people and vacation rental people can post all their information. We've never, ever not let them do that. But we're not going to be in the vacation rental business, nor are we going to promote them. Not because we have anything against them, but there's so many other Facebook groups that you go onto, and they look like crap. They're ran poorly. They look like a swap meet Facebook page. They're just terribly managed. Same thing with photographers, but it's the other way. Their photos are beautiful. I love that. Let's go back this way again. We'll just go back the other way. It's because it's more ocean view. So if somebody if they say, hey, and this person's been submitting posts for a long time, and we continually message back to them. And this is indicative of why we don't do what it is I'm telling you we don't do. So we have probably 4 or 5 photographers who do a post to us once a week. They say, hey, and this is actually one of them. You'll know who it is probably. You'll see it on another page. We're a husband and wife Maui photography team, or we're a Kauai, maternity photographer, whatever. And Terry messages back to them and says, listen, we don't allow standalone photography posts. However, if a member asks, then we most certainly will allow you to post, because our members are number one. If a member wants to know where the best barbecue place is, we're going to let you put it on there and let all the barbecue restaurants post. That's not the point, but we don't want to be responsible. And what ends up happening, for some reason, it doesn't happen with restaurants, but if we have in the past, like 2-3 years ago, we had a photographer, post, a member went on, had a session booked, the photographer didn't show up, or, the rates were wrong, or this or that, and then they come back to me. And they say, why did you let that person come on? I don't want to deal with that. I do not want to deal with, and the same thing happened with a vacation rental. They say, we showed up, the vacation rental was not this. Do you guys not vet the people you put on your website, your Facebook page? I go, no, we don't care. So, and sadly, so many vacation ownership places like that are terribly managed. So here's why I brought all that up, after that long-winded whatever. When we get somebody that posts, I'm a photographer, we really want to work with you, Terry herself will write back to them and say, listen, we don't allow you to do standalone photographer post. However, we have a post that says, if you're a Maui photographer, if you're a Kauai photographer, if you're an Oahu photographer, please post all your information below here. And anytime we get somebody who asks about them, we will send them to that post. And then you're able to post again in their comments, right? Of the 5 or 6 of those photographers who post that submit posts like that, and Terry gets back to them, how many of them do you think ever respond back to Terry? Save your guess. Not one. Not one, and probably 40 comments and messages back had they responded back to us. So what does that tell you? That tells me that they're not responsive. That tells me that they don't care even enough to say, oh, you know what, is there a way that we can do it? We'll give you a a discount or some sort of response. They're not. They're just mass posting. So I myself went on to a bunch of other Facebook pages and I looked around, and man, I am really, really biased. And there's sometimes we get lazy or we just want to just allow some of the errant photographer post or something like that. I mean, we're not militant about it, like there's no way ever we're going to put a photographer up there. But we do it once in a while. But man, I've gone on to these other Hawaii Facebook pages and they're littered with the same stock photo of Royal Hawaiian, and it just says beautiful pink lady, you know, or the Rainbow Tower. They showed just the Rainbow Tower building. Those are beautiful photos, but you know what? I think it's so silly to put that stupid picture up, you know, once every 2 weeks and say the same thing. Give us some context. Tell us why you're taking that photo. Give us a caption. Tell us what's good about it, bad about it, you know. And maybe I'm just too picky about it, but that's why our page looks the way it does compared to others that have, you know, a sofa for sale. They have a futon for sale. They want to have a yard sale, you know, and then right behind that they have the menu for a local restaurant. You know, it absolutely blows me away. So there are people who post, you know, submit posts, and we try to get back to them. I mean, there's a couple of them that, you know, we're like, man, if you would just give your post a little bit more focus or put a little bit more effort behind it. Don't just say, you know, we're a tour operating company, come and see us or come and use us. I don't like that. So I'll put it to you guys. If you guys want to change it, we'll change the focus. Would you like to see posts from people like tour operators? Like there's a couple of them like Aloha Adventures. They submit posts all the time, and we respond to them and tell them, make them offers for certain things. They never respond. So that just tells me if they're not responding back to us, they're not going to be really responsive to you guys either, and I'm not going to have that. So you just tell me, what would you guys like to do? If you guys want to see photographers and vacation ownerships, we can let a few in at a time. But I will tell you this, I'm not going to have any adventure tour operator just doing a post and say, hey, we're Adventure Tours of Oahu or whatever it is. Come try us out. If they're not going to give us a discount specifically for you guys, they're not coming on because we don't need them. And I want you guys to have an advantage that, you know, of having a discount. I'll give you one as an example, not to just call them out, but they're a great example, and I really do want to help this guy. It's the Maui plane rides. That guy, we have reached out to him seriously no less than 20 times, and I would like to give him some business because what he offers is a great deal, and it's a plane ride around Maui, and it's better than I think it's better than a helicopter because it's just the way they do it. You're able to fly the plane a little bit. He puts the stick in your hand if you want. And I've told him, I said, dude, give us an exclusive 10%, 20%, something off discount, and let us write your ads for you because you have horrible pictures. You have terrible writing. There's almost a typo every time. But you've got to be responsive. You've not been responsive to any of our reach outs. And they just don't respond. They don't respond. And I'm saying, listen, if you're going to reach our, 100,000 plus members and followers, or 200,000 really, members and followers, and if we're going to promote it, my goodness, it better be something really cool, and you better do really good service. And if you're not returning phone calls and messages, nope, not interested. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. Continue the way it is. Because if you want to go to Honolulu, Hawaii, or Waikiki Beach, or whatever some of those other Facebook pages are, man, you'll get all kinds of random posts. And maybe that's what some people like. I don't. But you'll see that we'll allow the errant photographer on there if they've done a really good job or if they've made us a deal to give you guys a discount or something. Lucille, come here. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Was that your booty? I'm sorry about that. I agree. We're doing it the right way. Yeah, I want you guys just to have the best experience possible. Let's walk through Barefoot Beach. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to eat there. Where would you guys want to eat? I don't like that one either. Go visit Hawaii. I mean, hey, if someone's taken the time and invested their energy and writing into a website, they get my respect right off the bat. But go visit Hawaii is just too elementary looking. It looks too low end. And trust me, guys, I know I am a snob. You want to know how much of a snob I am? You know how many times we've built going to Hawaii? This will be our probably 9th version of it, and probably the 5th version of it being completely built. I mean, completely built in 15 years. I've had it up 15 years. I've only had it live maybe a year and a half. This will be actually the one we go live with will be our 10th version. So I'm not ashamed, or I'm not afraid to spend the money. I paid designers, programmers, writers to write everything from top to bottom, front to back, side to side, end to end. And I just looked at it, kept staring at it, looked at it over a week and said, nope, not today, Satan. We're doing it again. And we'd start from scratch. That's a God's honest truth. I'll post all the old versions. Once you have the new one up, I'll post what the old ones look like. Oh, so close. That was a good throw, man. Man, look how far that was. Yeah, I am way self-admitted, way too picky about certain things. But it's my money, my website. But when it goes live, I'll still hate it, but it will be the least hated one that we've had. But when you go there, it's like, I'll give you a really good example. And this is an example I've given to a lot of people who come to say, I want a really good, beautiful, high-end website. There's two things you build a website for. Do you want to sell things on it, or do you want to brand things? So for example, Tiffany's, and I know you can buy, but for the most part, you can't buy anything on Tiffany.com or Ferrari.com or Porsche.com. But when you go there, man, it hits you in the teeth like a sledgehammer. This is what Porsche is about. This is what Ferrari is about. This is what, Tiffany's and Rolex. Rolex is another good one. Their branding. So they have big, beautiful images, minimal text, limited interactivity to give you a visitor experience that's worthy of your awe. You look at it, you go, oh my God, I love that deep sea dweller, or the yacht master, or the air, you love that website, you love that car. Even if you can't afford it or you're not in the market for it, you go there and you aspire to have one of those things or something like that, right? So that's a branding website. The other website is a commerce website, a website where you're going to go in and have a transaction. So you can't have all the big, beautiful images and minimal text, because the text is what does the conversion. You have to have something that is going to be more commerce driven, like picture, description, link to buy, add to cart, that type of thing. Wouldn't it be great if you had the best of both worlds? And the only way to have the best of both worlds is you have to start off with both and compromise with both. So you can't have, all big, beautiful images and minimal text, but you can have that on some pages. And you can't have all e-commerce driven, small image, block of descriptive text, link to a cart type of things. But you can have some of it. That's the best website. When you can magically do both. And I hope we have done that with going to Hawaii. I think we have. You look at it and you go, oh my gosh, I want to be there. Even if you're not planning to come to Hawaii, I want you to go to our website and go, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to go there and look at this beautiful video and photos and descriptions and all that. Hilo Hattie's. No, that's closed. You talk about the one off Nimitz? I've been in there many times. We did email marketing with them for a long time. No, I said that wrong. We did email marketing for them a long time ago. You guys want to go to Lulu's? Just because I haven't drank much. And it is fading a little bit. We could hang up. We could stop the stream. I could charge up again, go get something to eat, and then come back on if you like. Or if you want to stay on, we can go to Lulu's and eat. I'm really not that hungry. I should be. I haven't eaten since yesterday, but I'm not hungry at all. Not now. Just because I started getting too hot. Oh, thanks, Dana. If I do that just a little bit, then we've accomplished our goal. Yeah, but I'm not that hungry, so I can't. Let's not go there. I'd rather. What time is it? Let's walk into Waikiki. We'll we'll turn it off at International Marketplace. That's where we'll do a handoff. Do you guys want to walk on this side of the street, or do you want to walk on the beach side of the street? Right or left? Have these flowers come in really nicely? I think they've done a beautiful job. I can't wait for this fountain to be fixed. There's Lulu's right there. I like Lulu's because you can sit there on that bar right there. They look quite busy. Oh, you know what? No, man, we can't get in there. It's going to be a nightmare. The Super Bowl, has the Super Bowl started, or is it going to start? Look how crowded it is. Yeah, I'm glad I saw that. We'll hook. Did you guys say the beach side? Beach side? Okay, good. Boy, Lucille likes her luxury hammock, I swear. Can you guys see her arm out there? Oh no, I can't see if you guys can you guys see that? Just chilling. And she can put her feet under her booty like this, and the blanket is on the back of her by her tail and her stomach, so it gives her really good support, like it does on my arm. But the acai Super Bowl, I love it.
Yeah, you stole my money.
Yeah, I did. I stole it. Where's it at? It's over there. It's over there in a hole. We got to dig it up. Right there, yeah. Did you see that? Did you see that? Miss Cassie Vegas, that's your old acai bowl place. Oh, it's a drunk lady is what that is. She's still yelling. Listen, look at her. Look at her. She's still yelling at me. Did you steal my money? Tell me. Yeah, she's here. Let me see. How far back can I go? Can you see that? I want to have like a little padded. It's kind of padded now. I guess it's okay. Like a little headrest. Or, you're going blind and you need food. You know, that's a funny thing. Once you fast, it's not a weight loss thing, but once you fast, man, you're not really that hungry. You know, you've trained your body to kind of burn certain fats, and that's what that MCT oil helps you do too. But you'd think I'd be starving, but I'm really not. Let's see if the thieves are over here with their... Nope. Do you like that with your paw down there like that, Lucille? Oh, I can't see if you guys can see her. Can you see her face? Or no? There, now you can probably. No snack tray. That's the other thing. She has a little, I have a bag so I can just reach down. I give her like a little piece of liver. She's eaten all of it. I only brought 3 pieces. She's already eaten all of it. Slob. Yeah, she loves this no walking as she's gotten into the winter of life, I'd say. She loves being carried more and more. I guess I would too. Oh, I haven't been out here in a couple of months, right? Look at beautiful, clear water. Hi, ma'am. Wow, that was a nice looking older lady going back the other way. I think this is just a beautiful shot. Never gets old, in my opinion. She calls me hey. Says hey. Hey, where's food? Hey, where's a walk? Where's sleep? Turn on my heating blanket. That's a great place to go for a sunrise too. Just beautiful setting.
I would go with the park.
See what Cheeseburger in Paradise did? They shut down that window so people would not gather outside to stare at or watch the TVs, I'll bet. Yeah, me neither. I don't care about the Super Bowl. I used to be a football fiend. I did, man. I used to be able to tell you every player, every quarterback, for the most part, all the top level starters, man, stats. And then I just got so turned off by the cocky arrogance, the selfless players, or selfish, I should say. I'm sorry, selfish players. And I just stopped watching it slowly but surely. Now, I bet I've watched maybe 10 minutes of football total this year, and it was only because it was on in a place where I was sitting. I'm just not into it. I'd rather go hiking or creating something, I'm going to go see Kevin probably tomorrow or the next day. I'm just telling you because I may not stream it. But I may too. I just want to make sure his 2025 is kicked off the right way. See if he needs anything.
I should see if you and me want to go get lunch.
They had a UFC there in Sydney last night. Lancelot, did you watch that? I'm a UFC fan, big UFC fan. But that was not a great fight last night, I didn't think, the main card. This is where they have the new hula show. I believe it's twice a week, but they have other intermittent shows there as well. I really still think that's one of the best values right there, the Hyatt. They have just so many rooms to fill. All the rooms have great views for the most part. I mean, even if you're on the backside, you're looking out at Diamond Head and the mountain range, but you get a little bit of view this way. Only the flat mountain view rooms are not that great, but look at how many rooms they have. They have so many to fill. Maybe someone can look online if you guys have a chance. Look online and see what rooms are for like a 7-day stay with a Sunday stay over for like March or April or something like that. See what the rates are. And it's a great hotel, perfect location, right across the street from the beach, right in the middle of everything. They have 2 big pools, a nice, really good bar there. They have a place called the Buffet right there. I keep saying it's newly open, but it's not. It's been open for a while, but it's somewhat new to them. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Look at the little pup. That lady walks around all the time, puts on lays in places right here. Let's see her little dog. The only downside really to Hyatt, in my opinion, is the way that you get up to the reservation area. You have to take an elevator. Oh, sorry, Lucy. I'm sorry. Sorry. You just smashed her head again. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. The way you get up to the reservation, a registration desk, and then to the elevator to your room. Just a little bit clunky, but that's you're only doing that maybe twice during your stay. And that's their reservation area right there. Registration, come on. It's a beautiful hotel though. The name of what? This is the Hyatt Regency Beach Resort. Hyatt Regency right here. If that's the one you're asking about. You may have been asking someone else. Yeah, she has. She's taken like 2 hits. 3 hits, I'm sorry. You're probably going to have to need a little bit more liver today just to make up for that abuse. Right, Lucille? She stays cool in this too because it's mesh and wind blows in on her tummy on the bottom part of it and on the backside where her booty is. That's a great Chinese restaurant, Kieran. I haven't been in years, so I need to go back in there and test out. So did we decide where I'm going to take Waikiki, Wendy Silva on her one and only adventure? I think some of the leading comments were a hike on Makapu'u or Hanama Bay Ridge or North Shore or Chinatown. We'll do a poll. You're welcome, Susan Simpson. I think I'm going to start taking Lucille in her hammock, her luxury hammock. I think she likes it. I think she likes the option. And it keeps my hands free so I can do a lot more. I could go eat or drink or talk to more people. Oh, don't say wherever Wendy wants to go. That's a horrible option. I think she's going to be spending a lot of time over in Queen Kapiolani Park doing interviews. That would be kind of cool. I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to go into the 2 bars over there in Chinatown off stream and make a deal with the manager that I'm not going to put any of the people on stream unless they want to, and I think they'll want to. But it is when I say hole in the wall, I mean it's one of them is like the oldest bar on Oahu, it says, and I want for sure to take Lance in there. Lance and I will for sure go there, but I want to go stream that because it is so low end. I mean, the bathroom was one of the worst, nastiest bathrooms. I mean, I've been in Korea. I mean, way South Korea in bars, and the bathrooms were better. And those have squat down bathrooms with a hose and no toilet paper, if you know what I mean. The one in here, am I right? Yeah, you've been there? Good. Yeah. Gwangju. So we'll go, anyway, I want to go down there. I want them to let us go in there and stream because there's 2 bars in there in particular that are super cool. But there's no way Wendy in her right mind would want to go in there. Lance and I will go do it. Lance and I will do a pub crawl for sure. But it's guys that you go in there like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. They're ripped drunk. They're singing. They're doing karaoke. You know, the only women in there look like me. You know, so it gives you an idea. Let's walk through Marketplace. I want to get some air blowing through her hammock here on her. Duke's right through there. Today is going to be, I bet Henry's not going to be playing today. Well, maybe he will be, just because of the Super Bowl. I bet you they have a big old, maybe a big old party in there. Oh, this, I'm sorry to spin around like this, guys. If you're in Oahu right now or on Oahu, why you'd be watching me, I don't know. But right up there, Skybox. That's the best UFC, I think, sports bar. That's actually the best sports bar in my opinion. That and Tap House. Tap House is better for the food, although they have a Millionaire's Burger here that is super, super good. But that's a great place to watch the fights and sports in Waikiki proper. What was I saying? I was going to say something else. Yeah, we'll put a vote to what you guys want to see. And Wendy can't vote. She gets a say on where we do the apology dinner because she's paying for it. But since I'm paying for this one, it'll be my choice. But I'll fade to you guys when you do a choice, when you vote. Oh, it is. I bet it's packed to the gills right now. Pub crawl, yeah, we've done that though so many times, but if you guys like it. I think a North Shore, our drive arounds are pretty good. That was fun when we did that drive around. The only thing with the drive arounds, you guys let me know. I mean, be honest, do you guys like those drive arounds? Because we have a lot of dropout and we just lose a lot of viewers come on and then we get off and we lose our visitors, our viewers, and they come back on, then we lose the stream again. Do you guys like that, or is that just annoying as hell? Chinatown would be good. I think Wendy would love that. The only thing with that, Wendy wouldn't know where to eat. She wouldn't be able to pick. Because do we do down and dirty Chinatown eating, or do we do very nice eating like Smith and King? I think she would freak about Smith and King or Picking the Lady. So let's do that. And you guys aren't going to offend me one way or the other because I drive around it anyway. One, if you like the drive arounds, or two, if you're not that fond of them. One, if you want to see more of them. Two, if you're not really a big fan, and you're not going to offend me either way. If you guys are coming to pick up an Avis or a Budget, this is the booth you go to in the International Marketplace.
$3.50, I'd get two of them.
Look at how busy Coffee Purveyors is. Kona Coffee Purveyors. Look how busy it is in the afternoon. Still a lineup. See, you guys haven't seen me. And it's been so natural now that I'm not on camera. You guys don't even ask about it anymore. Almost only the new people ask. They say, why isn't he on camera? Why doesn't he show himself? See how much better it is when I don't put my stupid fat face on camera and tell you about all this stuff over here and then eat, stuff my fat face. You guys have just come completely and totally accustomed to it. I figured you would. Beet coffee? Yeah, it is beet coffee, but it's not the best coffee, Mr. In Between. The best is right there, Starbucks. Someone sent a message to Terry saying, I think I saw Tony and I was going to go talk to him, but I didn't want to do it. It's when I wasn't even in town. And she goes, no, it wasn't him. She goes, but he is kind of short. Isn't he kind of short? And they said something like, I don't know how to say it, but portly, like really kind of chubby. And she goes, that's him. And she goes, he wears a hat. She goes, yep. Did he have a white dog? She goes, no, he didn't have a dog or anything, but he was kind of shorter, you know, shorter. She goes, yep, that's him. Oh, Judy, what, did you ask me something? What, did you ask me something if you said you gave up asking? Oh, you gave up asking? Yeah, trust me, you don't. No one wants to see that. Actually, I wanted to do it, but I asked my mother, I said, Mom, do you think I should go? She goes, son, we've been through this your whole life. People are not a good fan, not going to be a big fan of seeing your dumb, ugly face. I said, I agree with you, Mom. I love you. And she says, that's okay, Tony. I tolerate you. Yeah, see, it'd be weird now. Wouldn't it be weird if I just turned the camera around and started going, hello, guys, how are you? Da-da-da-da-da, I'm this and that, da-da-da-da-da-da. It would throw everything off. And I watch other streamers, and oh my gosh, I want to send them a note and say, dude, or girl, get your face off there. I mean, you're beautiful or you're not beautiful, depending on who it is. But man, no one needs to see that. Show the beach. The mystery, okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna get my dog out. We're probably gonna go grab something to eat. And then go recharge. We may be out a little bit later. All right, guys. Yeah, I think it's better. It's way better. Way better not to have me on. Way better. All right, let's do this. Give them up for her. Lucille, over here. What's on your paw? Okay. All right, 4 L's. Here we go, 4 L's. We have how many people in here? 60. We've had 60 to 70. Oh, you know what we didn't do? You guys are bad. You didn't tell me about the trolley or the catamaran pass. So the next time I come on, we're gonna do 3 of each. But we're not gonna do it now. We're gonna do 3 catamarans, 3 trolley passes. And we're gonna make them quick and evil. So here we go. 4 L's. Hopefully you laugh, learn, love, liked this stream. If you guys haven't shared it, you have to share it at least once. That's your cover charge. If you've ever wanted to send Lance money for him being on here, don't do that. Send it to me via a share. 1 share is worth 50 bucks to me. 50 bucks for 1 share. If this is your first stream, hopefully it's not your last. We went just kind of rambling a little bit today. If this is your last stream, you must give us one more chance. Give us one more chance to not be so raspy with our voice. All right, guys? And know that I love and appreciate and respect most of you. There's about 3 that I don't. But know that I appreciate every second, every minute, every hour, every day that you spend with me. And this little sucker here. Hey, over here. Okay? And we will talk to you soon. Aloha.